Carlos Nelson with Cascade Media, and today we have Mayor Pro Tem plus I double duty, fifth district at large councilwoman Miss Ryana Parks-Shaw. Welcome to the show,
Thank,
Ryana.
thank you so much. Let me correct. It's fifth in district councilwoman, and then serving mayor pro tem
All
as well.
right, Mr. Nelson is not as accurate as he should be, but my guests know that they're free to correct me and any fact check on the show because that's what we build our reputation on, letting us talk in our own words and so forth. So without further ado, uh, tell our viewership what's going on in the city from both of your positions, uh, and the floor is
Yeah.
yours, Councilwoman.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Nelson, for having me on. I appreciate you and your viewers and the opportunity to talk about Kansas City's fifth district and my role as mayor pro tem. So the fifth district is actually the largest district now with redistricting a couple years ago. We are the largest district geographically, and also the largest district. We have the largest number of African Americans in our district, which, traditionally was the third district. But now with redistricting, we now represent the largest population and the largest African American population. And I'm honored to serve with Fifth District at Large Councilman Daryl Curls in that role. I was appointed as Mayor Pro Tem in 2023, August 1st, 2023. And in that role, it allows me to kind of expand my reach and work on behalf of the city when the mayor is not available, when he is, out of town or not available. I fill in. I preside over the meetings and do a lot of community engagement, a lot of things that you would normally see him at. I fill in for those things. In terms of what's happening in Kansas City, we know across our city we have a huge issue with public safety. We know all of our neighborhoods, it doesn't matter where you live, north, south, east, or west, everybody wants safe, thriving neighborhoods. And so I was proud to be the architect of a collective impact model that we began last year called KC United for Public Safety. And in essence, what it is aligning all of the excellent work, the organizations that have been doing great work for 40, 50 years in our community, aligning them with public safety, so with the law enforcement, with the faith groups, businesses as well, bringing those individuals together so that we can address the root causes of crime and move further upstream because we know, the challenges that we have really are with a lot of public safety issues deal with the fact that people, are committing those crimes because of, disinvestment that have occurred over the years, lack of jobs, lack of education, number of different things. And so we are bringing together a collective group to work collaboratively and address those root causes of why people commit crime. And so that's one of the major priorities that I've been focusing on, working with we brought in over 500 individuals, about 100 organizations to put together that model. So I'll pause for a second. I'm sure you probably got some questions for me there.
Well, no, the questions I have, I wanted to uh, go back into your history and ask you, uh, what have you learned? You know, being City Hall is a mysterious place, and to find all how everything works, and then you have this burden now, and it's not a burden, wrong word, but this added responsibility as mayor pro tem. That's a shift in gears. How do you feel about that? You be all smiling now and
Uh,
happy. I'm like, I love
yeah.
it.
I'm always smiling. It's an honor to be able to serve the people of Kansas City. I'm definitely have a servant's heart, and so while it's not easy, I just appreciate the opportunity to feel like I can make a difference when it matters most. So
How
I'm
do
loving
you
it.
think your skill set as a diplomat, as a person, I'm saying those type things being in
Yeah.
that's the smile that I see.
Yeah.
Being able to
I
be at the table.
I think just my life experiences have prepared me to be in this role and to have the success that I'm able to have. I'm a big small business owner, a mom. I have three kids, two African American sons that I know, the struggles that us African American families have with our Black sons. And so I'm a healthcare executive as well. And so, I think my life experiences have prepared me to be able to do this job. But I'm not gonna like I get it right all the time because I'm human. But it is such an honor to be able to serve and feel like I can make a difference.
Uh, Mayor Pro Tem, that work center, something they got going over in North Kansas City, 25 million or what have you. You know what I'm talking about. Tell the audience a little bit about that.
Yeah, so the Northland Workforce Center. So how that came about was the state offered them $37 million to build or expand their workforce center to enlarge it ultimately, and it's will move it kind of more centrally located. They needed a match. The match would be $37 million. They're fundraising for some of that, but ultimately the council supported a, um, $25 million in funding for that project to create it, a pipeline because we have challenges in Kansas City, but they will be working with Kansas City Public Schools, Hickman Mills School Districts. They're working with Raytown School Districts as well, Manual Tech, to create a collaborative model to establish a pipeline for workforce development in the city. So while it will be located, that particular one will be located in, the Kansas City North area, they will be working collaboratively to create other opportunities across the city.
So, in layman's terms, people, she's talking about trade school type situations. And if I'm understanding you correctly, that might be a prototype that the rest of the country can follow.
Yes, yes, I would agree with that for sure.
All right. What was another thing on my mind? Oh, Vine Street. What's going on down there? Tell our
Yeah,
audience what's
I
happening.
would tell you what, there's a lot of investment. While this is third district, but there's a lot of investment that is happening at 18th and Vine. We just had a groundbreaking for the Parker there, Parade Park, huge investment, which part of the strategies that we've implemented recently with funding the budget. We gave an additional 25 million to Parade Park to make sure that project moves forward. But there's about, I want to say, $400 million worth of investment that's happening at 18th and Vine with all of the new things that are happening from the parking garage to the hotel, all of those advancements. So I'm really excited about what that's going to mean for the 18th and Vine district.
Talk a little bit about the bus
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so I want to make sure I come back to 63rd and Prospect. So,
All
but
right. All right.
I can, yeah.
I told you it's your show. I'm
Yeah. All
here
right. Well,
thinking, what can I ask her?
well, you asked about the bus. So we know, unfortunately, with our bus system, we have an unsustainable model. The city has every year continued to invest more and more dollars into what it is considered a regional bus system. However, Kansas City really is the only municipality that actually has been paying into it. And we, have before we even put a bus on the street, we've got $18 million of administrative overhead that has to be paid. And that model is not sustainable for our taxpayers. And so ultimately what we have done, the council recently um, approved an ordinance to provide them with their funding for 6 months to really force them to try to encourage them to streamline, get rid of their waste, streamline, right size the organization because unfortunately the model that we have today is not
It's not
sustainable.
working. Let's steamroll
Yeah.
this thing.
Yeah.
You mentioned council. Be having brain lock. What's the deal with the city managers now?
I thought you was going. So the city manager, we are going to be what happens there is the mayor is going to make a recommendation to the council, and the council will ratify that. I believe that will happen tomorrow, but I'm not sure. Uh,
Anybody running? You know, can you give the people a scoop or anything?
well, the mayor makes the recommendation. Yeah, so he makes the recommendation, and then we will, the council will ratify that with a vote. I don't know where he's going to lean. I actually haven't talked to him about it specifically where
All
he's
right, we're
leaning
gonna
at.
leave that alone. Let's
So
jump to the
let me
plaza.
let
I seen
I would
something
say
that they was getting ready to have some armed guards or something down on the plaza now.
so
If you know.
they do so they're gearing up for the summer. They are kind of doing some training, some other things to try to de-escalate, to try to engage our youth and try to ensure that we can, have a nice, safe
Is this
summer
the
for
new
everybody.
development company that bought the plaza?
That's right.
I was
Yes.
down there yesterday getting me some cheesecake in
Yeah.
my key lime pie.
Yeah. So can I talk to you about 63rd Prospect?
Run it
So
down.
that project it's a $200 million development at 63rd and Prospect that has been at least 2 decades in the making. And I'm so excited to announce that they actually started moving dirt on May 1st.
Who's the
And so
contractor?
it's CJR Development, and it's a black-owned development company. Marvin Lyman is the local, I don't know his official title, but he's the local
Right.
manager that's kind of helping to oversee it on the ground here. But they're out of Washington, D.C. area, and broke ground on last week on the hotel, which is going to be an extended stay Hyatt hotel. It'll be, I believe, the second or third in the country for this model. It's a new model that Hyatt is going to. So I'm really excited to be able to roll that out here in Kansas City's fifth district. We need that investment in our district, and so I'm excited about that.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming up
Yeah.
in that whole area. Uh, and it probably adds some value uh, to the housing development and other things. There
That's
anything
right.
else new in your district? Oh, I want to ask you uh, to talk about that the fifth district go further than 75th Street. Because
Yes.
go ahead.
Yes, yeah. So with redistricting, the fifth district actually expands from 47th Street, kind of or where the Gates is, all the way back to the Grandview border, south to the Grandview border, from Troost all the way to the Lee Summit border. So we wrap around Raytown, but we are the most expansive districts in the city now.
Uh, is there anything that you would like to say before we close it on out? You told me you on the move to more
Yeah,
engagements.
I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to speak. A couple of other things I'll mention is the prospectus, which is a plan that the council recently approved to redevelop the Prospect Corridor from the third district up through the fifth district. So really excited about what that will mean for our community. You gonna say something there?
Yeah, I want to, they got the little development going on. I think it's Pat Clark and one or two other individuals. I've been trying to get them to come on to talk about what's going on up there. It's about time something's going on.
For sure. Yeah, we also just had a groundbreaking just yesterday for the Black Heritage Cultural Trail at Brush Creek. That will be, we broke ground on that, and ultimately the trail will, give respect and honor the historical relevance of the African Americans that
Now,
paved the way.
now that you mention that, uh, I hate to bring this up, but I
Okay.
must now that it hit my head.
Okay.
Truce.
Okay.
Uh, they tell me that they gave my man Chris Good the death blow on changing the name of truce yesterday.
And so, actually, I haven't actually seen because I don't sit on that committee. So I actually haven't seen that. Other than what I saw on the news that it's been held, but I haven't had a chance to watch the videos to see exactly what happened there. But other than that, it's been held. So,
Yeah, I thought again. I got bigger fish to fry and pay attention to that, but I do watch different things, and people are always calling me, and they did ask me to
okay.
ask you. Uh, this is off of Kansas City, and it has to do far as I'm well, it's with on Kansas City Police Department because just recently, uh, this guy, I don't even know which state it is. The police killed his son, and he killed the police. And I seen him, the cameras coming across the court, and the officers' intimidation, and the whole thing. And that has taken social media by storm. Do you have any opinion of of that?
I don't know a lot of details on it. I
Me
saw a
neither.
little
That's
clip just like you did of, him kind of walking through the court, but I don't have a lot of details on that situation. I mean, I think it's unfortunate, obviously.
do you oh the jail.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
run a little something down.
So yeah, so as the voters supported the public safety sales extension of the public safety sales tax just last month. We actually tomorrow at 2 o'clock will receive we're going to have a business session where the council will receive updated information and discuss, kind of what's next, what that looks like, what our options are. So that is forthcoming. This will be hot off the presses. So any of your viewers, if they have a moment, they can log in or come down to City Hall at 2 o'clock tomorrow to hear that discussion.
Uh, hey, Mayor Pro Tem, run it down how they get in touch with you.
Yeah, so how they can reach me at my email at Ryana, it's RYANA .parks-shaw at kcmo.org, my email, or they can call my office 816-513-6521.
Or you can Google it like I do. I Google the council and look up their numbers, and
Yes.
you can contact them.
Yeah, you
One
can reach
last
us
thing
at
I want
kcmo.gov as well. And on the
yeah,
main page, we're all listed. Go
one
ahead.
thing I want you to emphasize to our community uh, per se how important it is for them to get engaged. Dr. Marge had a saying, you have to be the change that you want to see.
Mm.
I used to always think that, I was like, Dr. Marge, cut it out, cut it. But
Yeah.
over 5 years, and I looked into myself, our community, let them know how important that is. Uh,
You say that, and I actually have it on my wall. Be the change that you want to see, and definitely, I live by that and agree with that. There's so many opportunities for people to get engaged and make a difference in their community. As a fifth district councilwoman, I'm available. I serve the people, so if I can be helpful at all, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. But I want to encourage people, there's many things in our community that need people's help. Like one of the things, if you don't mind me saying, when we talk about reducing violence and addressing the issues, we have over 400 students, youth in Kansas City public school system that are on a waiting list for mentors. You can mentor a kid for 30 minutes a week, and I'm asking everybody to, give of our youth, give to our youth. They're asking for it. These are kids who want to receive that support. So just want to encourage your viewers to let people know that they can go to look up Google Kansas City Public School System, or you can contact my office as well. Just trying to encourage people to be a mentor.
hey, I'm gonna leave with this. I always had to poke at Jim Watts. He always be ending his little shows with, it was a plum pleasing pleasure having you on the show. I'd be like, cut it out, Jim Watts, cut it out. So we're going to end as we always end. When you invest in your community, you're really just investing in yourself. Good night.
This is brought to you by Kansas City Business Association, working to improve our community.